Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? I am here to share with you a wow moment. For those of you who are new to the Blessed Place, I like to say hello and welcome. I see you. Yeah, I get an email when you subscribe. I see you. Thank you. God bless you. Now this one was for me. And I'm just letting y'all in because y'all my blessed ones and because I love y'all so much. But this is personal, very, very personal and intimate. But because we family, because you're my blessed ones, I'm going to share it with you. And hopefully one or two of you will be inspired, will be encouraged, will be blessed. Yesterday, Sunday, I went to 3 church services and I was just, my soul was blessed. My cup was full and ran over. But the one that just really inspired this wow moment came in the second service when the pastor was talking about, he was speaking about Jericho and the walls of Jericho. He was speaking from Joshua and he was talking about the walls of Jericho. And so as not to go deep into the study and make this long, just briefly, but if you don't know, go read up on that story. But in that story, there was this wall and the wall needed to come down. And God gave instructions to the man of God as to how to get the walls to come down. And the pastor was saying that quite often our blessing is on the other side of the walls. And we have walls in our lives that must come down before we can attain or obtain the blessing, the greater blessing. Now you may be blessed on this side of the wall, but to obtain the soul blessing or the greater blessing or to fulfill God's purpose or potential for you in your life, the greater blessing may be on the other side of the wall. But because you have these walls up and because we have these walls up, we cannot go and get the greater blessing. And the pastor encouraged us and admonished us to let the walls down, to follow the instructions on how to let the walls down, to tear the walls down, to demolish the wall. Not just let the walls come down. We have to take an aggressive action and demolish the walls. He even used the analogy of a Mack truck. You ever hear about a Mack truck hitting something? Anytime we use that analogy of a Mack truck, he said there's not too many things that can sustain itself when it's been hit by a Mack truck. You know how sometimes we've gone through some things in our life and it seemed like we were hit by a Mack truck. Our emotions were hit by a Mack truck and knocked us down. And he said that that's the way we have to demolish those walls that are in our life. And those walls could be so many various things in our lives. It could be past hurt, it could be unforgiveness, it can be anger, it could be hatred, it could be jealousy, it could be spite, it could be it runs the gamut. But you know what your Jericho wall is. You know what it is. And if you don't, just take some time and some introspection time. You can figure it out. If you don't know, ask somebody. If somebody been around you long enough, they can tell you. You know how it is. We can tell other people what their walls are, and we don't know what ours are. But those walls must come down. But the thing, this is where it gets intimate with me. He talked about, it was really funny, but it was so deep and so profound. He said that a lot of times in our lives, God has blessed us with that man of God that we've been praying for, or that woman of God that we've been praying for, and we don't even know how to receive that man of God or that woman of God. And he used the story in Ruth about Boaz and being the kinsman redeemer. If you don't know the story about Ruth and Boaz, the kinsman redeemer, get the Bible, get in your word and read Ruth. But he's saying there's a lot of us still stuck on the past hurt that Jimbo did to us. And here it is, God done blessed us with our Boaz, our kinsman redeemer, and we still stuck on what Jimbo did to us in 6th grade, what Jimbo did to us in 10th grade, what Jimbo did to us in that last relationship. And we can't even accept the blessing that God has given to us, that we've been praying for us, because those walls are Jericho walls. And he said, you know how it is, we done vowed that ain't nobody go ever hurt me again. Oh, y'all, that's when he stepped on my toes. See, that's when it get intimate. You know, when the pastor's preaching and they step on your toes, don't get mad at the pastor. Just say ouch. Just say ouch and pray. This is, like I said, where it gets intimate. Anybody been in a blessed place long enough to know, I might have talked about, some of those past hurts that I've dealt with. And I can remember, just briefly go into it, that my boyfriend of 4 years when I was in high school, 3 years, 11, 12th grade, and my first year in college, my boyfriend. And y'all, he hurt me so bad and so deeply that I vowed that no man would ever hurt me like that again. Then, a few years later, I get a relationship with my baby daddy, my daughter's father. For those of you who might not like baby daddy, my daughter's father, we were in a 5-year relationship, and then he hurt me so bad. So, rocked on, that's what my mom says as time passes. She says, rocked on. As time rocked on, and here it is, the Lord has blessed me with my Boaz, my kinsman redeemer, my love, my friend, my pastor, my passion, my lover, my boyfriend, my man, my provider. He has blessed me with all of that wrapped up in this man, yet I still hold him somewhat afar off, because I got the walls of Jericho up around my heart and around me, because I have said that nobody will ever hurt me again the way I was hurt when I was in my first year of college. And then after my daughter's father hurt me, then I said, truly, no other man will ever hurt me again. And then he hurt me. So by the time my husband comes along, who's never done anything intentionally to hurt me, I still keep these walls up. Oh, don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I love that man. I'm in love with that man. But I don't know how to love so deeply to the point where I give my all. I give my all to you. And if you hurt me, that's okay, because I know God will pick me up and he will take care of me. I don't know how to love that deeply, because see, I've got these walls of Jericho up. And like the pastor said, I'm letting Jimbo cause me to treat my Boaz, my kinsman redeemer, in such a way that I'll kind of hold him at arm's length sometime. Not all the time, just sometime. And like the man of God said, sometimes those walls, those emotional walls are up, and then sometimes they go down, and then we find them going down a little bit too much, and we hurt and put them back up again. And that's how I go. Sometimes I go in waves. It's like, I could be so nice and kind and sweet and loving to my husband, and then I'm like, what? I'm being too good to this man. I'm being too kind to him. Those walls coming down. I'm like, oh no, this brother won't hurt me. And then I put the walls back up again, and he can kind of feel sometimes that distance, where I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to talk too much, I'm not as kind and sweet as I usually am, and those walls come back up. But I'm here to tell you that don't let Jimbo from your past, whether it was your past husband, whether it was your abusive father, whether it was your past boyfriend, or whether it was a collection of men who came in and out of your heart, in and out of your soul, in and out of your bed, in and out of your life. And then now you have a good guy, you have a good man, you have a man of God, you have a man who wants to love you and love on you and take good care of you. But the walls of Jericho are still up in your heart. and you can't accept it. You can't receive. You can't accept that there are good men out there. You looking side-eyed like I'm waiting on him to mess up like I do with my husband sometimes. I'm just telling you the truth and shaming the devil. And when I tell y'all, my husband never, ever, 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 one time gave me a reason to think or believe or wonder if he's doing anything wrong or anything untowards or anything underhanded or anything that he should not be or anything that is not in line with him being a man of God. He has never displayed any of that to me. But does that matter sometimes? No. Because the walls of Jericho are up in my life. And I have said that, don't get me wrong, they've come down some. You know, they've come down. It was so funny. I was sharing with my sister about how the message blessed me, and I was sharing with my sister, and I said the walls have come down because the walls, just say for instance, hypothetically, if they were 12 feet, my husband has brought those walls down to about 6 feet. And then my sister, with her hilarious wit, said, yeah, but he ain't even 6 feet, so he can't even see over the wall. And I was like, now that was witty and funny, but it was true. Because my husband ain't even 6 feet, so he can't even see me over the walls. Because the walls are still 6 feet, and he about 5'9", want to be 5'10", so he can't even see me. He can't even see me, truly see me. Because I still have the walls of Jericho up. Ladies, I implore you to let the walls down. To allow yourself to be loved on. And allow yourself to love again. There are no guarantees. There's no guarantee that my husband would not hurt me. There's no guarantee that I will not hurt him. There is no guarantee that you will never be hurt again. There's no guarantee. But did it kill you when you were hurt, when I was hurt, when we were hurt, when we were stepped on, when we were abused, when we were misused, when we were mistreated, when we were cheated on? It might have felt like you were going to die, but you didn't. You're still here. That's how resilient you are. You are still here. Didn't kill you even though it felt like it was going to kill you. You felt like you couldn't get out of bed, but you eventually got out of bed. You felt like you could never hold your head up, but you eventually held your head up. You felt like you couldn't eat another bite of anything, but you eventually got your appetite back, right? It didn't kill you, and it's not gonna kill you. And I'm speaking to myself, y'all. I'm talking to me right now. And I'm not leaving you out, my blessed men. I'm not leaving my men out, because just like the pastor said, some of y'all done been hurt by Peaches. Peaches done took you to the cleaners. You were paying her bills. You were buying her Prada, and you were buying her Coach, and you were buying her Michael Kors, and you were buying her maybe her Louis Vuitton, or you were buying her all kinds of things. You were taking her on cruises. You were paying her a light bill, her water bill. You were taking care of her, and she, instead of taking care of you, she took you to the bank. She cheated on you, probably maybe even with your best friend. She dogged you out, and you didn't do nothing but love her. And you declared that you will never trust another woman. You would never take care of another woman. You would never give your heart to another woman. Don't let Peaches mess up your good thing. God has blessed you with a good thing so that you can obtain favor because you found your good thing. Don't mess it up because of Peaches. Don't let Peaches mess up your good thing and take away your favor from God. It didn't kill you, even when it felt like it was going to. God has got us. Tear down those walls of Jericho, and let's go and get what the devil done stole from us, so that we can fulfill the true, full potential and purpose that God has for us in our lives. I did not mean for this wow moment to go on so long, but I was full from those 3 services yesterday, and I was blessed, and I hope that you were too. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed.